Hello, everyone. How are we doing? It is the Coding Dojo May 2023 graduation. We are going to celebrate those graduates that have made it this far in the boot camp. So, congratulations to you. And we are going to reflect on some of the things we accomplished at during this graduation. And at 2:45, we are going to present our projects. So we'll have about 5 to 10 minutes each to look at our projects, ask questions. And so for this graduation, we do ask you to mute your microphones and keep all comments to the chat. Okay, so thank you very much for doing that. And I do appreciate every one of you that have turned your camera on. It gives us a sense of presence. So thank you for having your camera on. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to our career services.
Sure. Thanks, Josh. Hi, everyone. My name is Brian. I'm sure you've seen me throughout the workshops here and there. I'm part of the online full-time program as a CSM. Been here for about a year and a half. But anyways, first of all, thanks for the invitation. I always love to go to the graduations, watch the projects. I think it's just fantastic. This is a quick reminder that even though this is the end of your bootcamp experience, it's only the beginning of your job search one. So we highly recommend that you get in contact with your actual CSM. I know I've met with a couple of you. I know with some of you I've met like 5+ times, which is fantastic. If you haven't met with any of us, it's fine. Meet with us as soon as you can just to get the ball rolling. In terms of meetings, you can make all of these meetings if you want to discuss your job search, talk about your resume, your cover letter, LinkedIn, GitHub. If you need some ideas on how to network, do some sort of reverse recruiting, you name it. Even if you want someone just to talk to about your job search, we're here for you. So I will drop in the actual comment section in the chat, the actual email and Calendly link for all the full-time CSMs. So if you know who your CSM is, fantastic. Just send us an email. I will schedule a call with your CSM. If you don't know who your CSM is, send us an email at csm.codingdojo.com if you don't know who your CSM is, so we can give back to you, and we can get back to you in about a day or two, business days, and then we can get started. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for letting me be here, and I'll just be hanging out in the background, okay? Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Brian. All right. And I just want to mention to always utilize your career services. You have it for life. So it is a lifelong aid. Use it, and it will definitely help you on your career search. Okay, so let's move along to the next slide. Okay. I also want to mention that you have the alumni channel on Discord. Okay, so if you are on Discord and you want to still stay in touch, those of you that have graduated, you have the alumni channel on Discord, so be sure to take advantage of that. All right, and so also we want to hear about your success. So please take advantage of this. Copy this QR code and tell us the story of your journey as a coder, okay? Post it with us, and we'd love to share it. Okay. All right. Now, I just want to say on behalf of the entire staff here at Coding Dojo, congratulations. All of our instructors, our TAs, our director of instruction, team leads, curriculum team, and our student experience manager.
As promised, the dollars that I've forgotten.
Oh, let's keep our mics muted. Thank you. And our chief of staff, of course. And on behalf of the rest of the Coding Dojo, all the way up to our CEO, congratulations. You have made it this far. You have made us proud as instructors, as TAs, as staff here at the Coding Dojo. You make it worthwhile for us to be here. So thank you so much, and congratulations. Let's reflect a little bit on your journey here at the dojo. All right, you've had 14 weeks of full-time learning. That's intense. right? You've had that requirement of almost up to 70 hours a week that you've been coding. And you've been doing algorithms each morning. We want to encourage you to keep that practice up, okay? Even after you graduate, create a schedule for yourself where you're making an hour, you're blocking off an hour to study your algorithms, because it's like anything where if you don't keep your skill up, you can't perform at the level that you were where you had left off, okay? So it's like exercise, it's like lifting weights, it's like playing an instrument, right? If you don't practice, you'll lose the skill and you'll lose your momentum of skill that you've been gaining. So keep practicing your algorithms each morning, all right? And another thing that you've done is you've worked 100% remote with your fellow cohort mates. That's something to be proud of, because it's a special skill that you have gained to be patient with one another, to explain to one another, people that you haven't met, you haven't had lunch with, but you have gained this connection with. So keep this connection, treasure it, because you'll have your cohort mates as friends for life. I didn't know that when I was joining the dojo, that I would gain friends for life here, but that's what you have. So keep your contact. They're more than just potential business references, although they may be that too. But you have worked remote with your cohort mates that you have gained this friendship with. So keep it, recommend each other on LinkedIn, and put that on your resume. Mention that you worked remote online and that you can do that. All right. And you have passed your belt exams. You have passed your belt exams. They were 5-hour exams. Remember how nervous you were when you were leading up to the exam? How many times did you have to fail to actually pass it, right? That story of success is what we're congratulating you for. So thank you. We're proud of you. And you have developed full stack CRUD applications. You've created your own projects, all right? So take the time to just stop and pause to think about what you've accomplished, right? I didn't know. I knew that I would be coding going in as a student, but I didn't know the type of projects that would come out of it. So I'm sure you're amazed at yourselves too, and we are. So we are looking forward to seeing those projects at the end of our graduation. And let's go ahead and move along our slide here. All right, we are going to celebrate our upcoming graduates. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pass it along to Max for his class at C#, if the slide will change. So thank you,
Awesome,
Max.
awesome.
Take it away.
Yeah, thank you. I wish I had the time to say something about each and every one of my grads that I'm going to be announcing. Unfortunately, we do not have time for all of that. So I do just want to give the general message of an awesome job through the stack. You guys truly persevered. You learned a ton. The amount of dedication and time that each and every one of you put in throughout your entire time at the boot camp is truly amazing. So you guys should all be very, very proud of all of your accomplishments. And with that, let's start talking about our grads. So kicking it off, we have Alex Chang with a yellow belt in WebFund and a triple black belt in Python, Mern, and C#. After that, we have got David Lee with a yellow belt in WebFund and a triple red belt in Python, Mern, and C#. We have also got Chase with a yellow belt in WebFund and a triple black belt in Python, Mern, and C#. Next is Danielle with a yellow belt in WebFund, a double red belt in Python and C#, and a black belt in Mern. Next, we have Evan Wiorick with a yellow belt in WebFund and a triple black belt in Python, Mern, and C#. Up next, we have got Hector Rosario with a yellow belt in WebFund, a double red belt in Python and Mern, and a completion in C#. After that, we have got Riggs Winchester with a yellow belt in Web Fund, a double red belt in Python and Mern, and a completion in C#. Up next is Joe Merchant with a yellow belt in Web Fund and a triple red belt in Python, Mern, and C#. Next is Kirsty Gonzalez with a, oh, did we skip one? Oh, we're going a little too far. I think it's, we're back at, yeah, there we go. So we have Kirsty Gonzalez with a yellow belt in Web Fund, a red belt in Python, a black belt in Mern, and a completion in C#. Awesome job. Up next is Laith Nassar with a yellow belt in Web Fund, a double red belt in Python and C#, and a black belt in Mern. Next, we have Min Lee with a yellow belt in Web Fund and a triple black belt in Python, Mern, and C#. After that is Simon Burris with a yellow belt in Web Fund, a double red belt in Python and Mern, and a completion in C#. Next up is Spencer Johnson with a yellow belt in Web Fund, a red belt in Python and Mern, and a black belt in C#. Awesome job. Up next, we have got Steven Diaz with a yellow belt in Web Fund, a double red belt in Python and C#, and a black belt in Mern. And last, but certainly not least, we have Victoria Contreras with a yellow belt in Web Fund, a double red belt in Python and Mern, and a completion in C#. Awesome job, everybody.
Hello, I am excited to read out these names of my class. If I could, I would also ramble on about every single one of you guys, and you know I can ramble on. So I cannot because that would take all day. So one thing I do want to say is I am very proud of every single one of you and congratulations. So without further ado, let's go on. All right, we have Andrew Park with a yellow belt in Web Fund and a triple red belt in Python, Mern, and C#. Congratulations. Next, we have Carlo Delgado with a yellow belt in Web Fund and a triple red belt in Python, Mern, and C#. Next, we have Clark Littlejohn with a yellow belt in Web Fund, triple red belt in Python, Mern, and C#. Congratulations. Next, we have Dejar Duga with a yellow belt in Web Fund, 2 red belts in Python and Mern, and a completion in C#. These should all be Java at the end. Yeah, everywhere you see C#, that should be Java. Do apologize about that. Next, we have Draven Rickard with a yellow belt in Web Fund and a triple red belt in Python, Mern, and Java. Next, we have Harman Singh with a yellow belt in Web Fund and a triple red belt in Python, Mern, and Java. Next, we have Howard Lamb with a yellow belt in Web Fund and a triple red belt in Python, Mern, and Java. Congratulations. Next, we have Jordan Rodriguez with a yellow belt in Web Fund and a double red belt, Python, and Java, and a black belt in Mern. Congratulations. Next, we have Joseph Soto with a yellow belt in Web Fund and a triple red belt in Python, Mern, and Java. Congratulations. Next, we have Jung Hein Nam with a yellow belt in Web Fund, double red belt in Python and Java, and a black belt in Mern. Congratulations. Next, we have Justin Paris with a yellow belt in Web Fund and a triple red belt, Python, Mern, and Java. Next, we have Marvin Gray Bulware with the yellow belt in Web Fun and a triple black belt threat, Python, Mern, and Java. Congratulations. Next, we have Michael Novell with a yellow belt in Web Fund, a red belt in Python, and 2 black belts, Mern and Java. Congratulations. Next, we have Patrick Bactus with a yellow belt in Web Fund, a red belt in Python, and double black belt in Mern and Java. Congratulations. Next, we have Perna Regmi with a yellow belt in Web Fund and a triple red belt Python, Mern, and Java. Next, we have Kyle Guzman with a yellow belt in Web Fund, a red belt in Python, and a double black belt in Mern and Java. Congratulations. Next, we have Simon Ashifi with a yellow belt in Web Fund, triple red belt in Python, Mern, and Java. Congratulations. Next, we have Tyjust Mirisa with a yellow belt in Web Fund and a triple red belt in Python, Mern, and Java. Congratulations.
Actually, I did black belt in Java.
You did. She did black belt in Java. That is correct. So congratulations. Let me do that again. Yellow belt in Web Fund, a red belt in Python, a red belt in Mern, and a black belt in Java. Next, we have Tina Hyun with a yellow belt in Web Fund, a red belt in Python, black belt in Mern, and a red belt in Java. Congratulations. Next, we have Tracy Copeland with a yellow belt in Web Fund and a triple red belt in Python, Mern, and Java. Congratulations. Next, we have Tuan Fan with a yellow belt in Web Fund and a triple red belt, Python, Mern, and Java. Congratulations. Next, we have Yang Choi with a yellow belt in Web Fund, red belt in Python, red belt in Java, and a black belt in Mern. And that is it. You're on mute.
I think you muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
Oh, there goes a whole sentence. All right. Now I want to open up the floor to instructors. So we are going to allow for instructors to make comments, give advice. So you can go ahead and unmute yourself or raise your hand and I'll call on you, instructors. So let's take it away. Whoever would like to go first.
I'll go ahead and go first.
Okay, Ruben, go ahead, please.
I won't take a long time. Just life is too short. Don't waste a day sitting around doing nothing. Make sure that you are coding. Do try to do a algorithm every morning to keep your brain sharp, especially over this break. And I'm so happy for all of the graduates. Great job, and I hope to see you again somewhere in the future. Keep in touch. That's it.
Thank you, Ruben. And up next is Kyle.
Hello, everybody. Big congratulations on making it to graduation. We are so incredibly proud of all of you for making it this far. It must have taken so much work for you guys to get where you are today. Now, the one bit of advice I would like to give you all is to take the job hunt seriously. And I don't want you guys to go into this thinking it's going to be easy or that you're going to get a job on your first try, because the fact of the matter is you're not. You've got to put a lot into it. You've really got to spread out those applications. And if you put the same level of effort into the job hunt as you did in this program to make it to where you are now, you will reach amazing heights.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kyle. Up next, we have Spencer.
Hey, y'all. Congratulations. I know you put in a lot of hard work. I'm just so happy to see a lot of you here. One thing I'm going to say on behalf of another instructor, Sean, who I'm not seeing in the audience, but he always says it, you can't eat equity. So just remember that when you are accepting that first offer, that you can't pay your bills with equity on a monthly basis. But what I really would like to say to you, you got through this by building a wonderful community. I know this is specifically true for these cohorts. Hang on to that community, be each other's saviors as you go into this very difficult job search. And as you're going into this difficult thing, remember that you can conquer difficult things. By getting here, you have proven that you are capable of that. So remember the strength that is inside you that you possess and apply it to the rest of your life. And I just can't wait to see what you do. I can't wait for those little pop-ups in LinkedIn when you get those jobs. And just go out there, have fun. That's the last thing I got for you.
Awesome. Beautiful words, Spencer. Thank you. And up next, Max, our instructor, Max.
All right, awesome. I'm early in the list, so I get to go through my whole spiel this time, as opposed to just saying that I agree with everything that everybody else has said ahead of me. Although that is the case, I agree with all of the wiser instructors that have already gone before I have. But couple of things: you guys have a lot of momentum coming out of this boot camp. Keep that momentum up. One thing that really, really helps with that is build groups that you still keep in touch with. Keep yourselves motivated, right? Do those morning stand-ups and talk about what you're going to be working on that day. It's very, very easy to lose motivation and not put in as much time as you should. And having that community around you to help support you, help offer to give you advice, and also just have a listening ear is very, very helpful for keeping that motivation up. And my other thing that I normally say at all of these graduations is, and it is purely out of a selfish desire, reach out to your instructors when you get those jobs. We want to celebrate you guys' success. That is one of the main reasons, aside from also liking the sounds of our own voices, why we teach and why we talk to you guys for hours each day. We want to celebrate your successes. So please, when you guys are getting those jobs, reach out to your instructors. Let us know. It brightens up our day, and truly is why we get out of bed in the morning, is to see you guys succeed. So congrats again to all the grads.
Thank you, Max. Thank you. All right. Next up, we have our instructor, Heidi.
Hey, so first of all, congratulations. Basically, whatever what Matt said and whatever what other instructors said, so they are all true. So my little, first of all, I'm really proud of what you have learned in the previous 4 months, web fundamental, Python, Java, or C#, and also MERN stack. But at the same time, other than celebrating your success, please also remember one thing. If you can learn everything in such a short time, you can also forget everything in a very short time. So because of that, my advice is from tomorrow, from next week, go to your GitHub, try to push something on your GitHub, make your GitHub all green. So in that case, I know that after the bootcamp, you may not be working 9 to 5 or 9 to 8 like the bootcamp, but at the same time, try to keep yourself code a little bit. Doesn't have to be a lot, just make yourself push something on the GitHub every single day. So in that case, you'll keep yourself motivated. At least you are in the computer. And maybe after that line, you may also want to add another function and maybe another method. So in that case, you'll keep on learning and you won't forget what you have learned so quickly. And that's my advice. And congrats again.
Wow. Wise words, Heidi. That definitely is applicable to me. If you learn quickly, you can also forget quickly. So keep that in mind, everyone. All right. Our instructor, John, is next. Hi, John.
Hey, everybody. Ooh, look at some awesome familiar faces I see here. I saw everybody. We all came to the dojo with one goal in mind: to become self-sufficient web developers, to change our careers, to cultivate a passion for what we love, to solve problems. We're now engineers. We can create new things. But look around you. We all came from different places, from different sides of the country, from different experiences, from different levels. So my first advice is never compare yourself to others. Always look and compare yourself to where you were 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, when you first entered the bootcamp, and imagine where can you be 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, and what awesome, amazing applications we can build. The other thing I wanted to mention goes in line with comparing ourselves, because when you go into a job, you'll be comparing yourselves to senior engineers, staff engineers, and it'll be like, whoa, where'd they get all this knowledge? The only difference between a senior engineer and us as junior engineers is the amount of time we've had our hands on this instrument we call the keyboard. That's it. It just takes practice. We're still practicing this instrument. For some of us, we've never touched it in a very long time. So remember to practice the instrument. I can't wait to see the projects that are coming up. And always remember a little bit of code and test.
Nice. Thank you, John. Classic line. And up next, we have our instructor, Narciso. Narciso.
Hey, you guys know what I do every month. I don't like to take the time for myself. I like to give it to a student or students. But this month, I would like to call out a specific student to give their remarks, if they're okay with that. If not, that's cool too. But Spencer Johnson, do you have any remarks for your graduating class and or any advice for those going through the stack right now? Spencer?
My goodness, CISO. I would be I would be happy to talk. Well, 2 mice fell into a bucket of cream. One mouse quickly gave up and drowned, but the other, he didn't give up. He kept swimming and he churned that cream into butter and he crawled out. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the second mouse. We learned how to code, we learned how to move forward and turn adversity into strength. And now the world is ours. We can code, which means we have a superpower, and with great power comes great responsibility. As Proverbs 12:11 says, whoever works his land will have plenty of bread. We're all hungry. So be disciplined, move forward, keep learning, and show the world what you're capable of. Cheers.
Awesome.
You guys, did I choose well or did I choose well, huh?
Spencer just cheered the camera. I've never seen that before. That was awesome. All right. Good to see you,
That was
Spencer.
really quick. Does anybody else, maybe another student, have something to say? Another graduating student?
I'll say something, I think.
Great.
Yeah, I want to just say it's really important to stress, and I think this is what John said as well. Do not compare yourself to others. For those that are going through the boot camp currently, it's really easy to kind of look at your cohort mates and say, wow, they're doing so much better than me, or they're getting this so much faster than me. And that really doesn't matter. They are there to help you as well. The best thing that you can do to help yourself is also to help others. So for those that get it more quickly, it is really beneficial for you to be able to take those people that are struggling a little bit more behind and be able to, impart your knowledge on them. And I think that's going to be applicable for, the rest of our careers as well. The second thing is recruiters don't care that you got a triple black belt. I think is really important to note, because that's also when you're comparing yourself to others and saying like, oh, they did so much better on this exam or not. You also can be really harsh on yourself to say, this is what I want. I expect to, black belt in this stack, but just doing your best is the best that you will do. And it's really important to keep that in mind. So don't be too hard on yourself, but also only compare yourself to yourself.
Well said, my friend. Thank you.
Awesome.
I kind of want to follow that. Yeah, to everyone who's still in the boot camp and finishing their stack, going on to another stack, Chase is completely right. Don't compare yourself to the brightest person. Don't compare yourself to the person that's in your cohort that seems like they get everything super quick. Don't compare yourself to the person who has a lot of experience. And if you are that person who just picks everything up really quickly, help your classmates, because they start where they started. You were in their footsteps. I don't know how long ago, but everyone starts at the same point. No matter when that was, you were in their footsteps and you understood that struggle. You went through that. So you were put in their path. This is their journey, and you understand it was a part of your journey. So help them along their journey. Another good advice I wish I would have taken myself. I was that student that understood things really quickly, and I have a lot of experience. I know my instructors here know me very well. I went ahead in the coursework. I took my Java exam very early. Don't slack off. Just because you understand the material on the platform doesn't mean you gotta take 2 weeks off just because you're ahead. Take those 2 weeks to make another project, to learn something else. You're done with TypeScript, or you're done with the JavaScript and learn TypeScript. You're done with C#, learn NWS, something. Learn something else. Spend that free time. Don't wait until project week to build a project. If you have time on your hands, don't just do the assignments. Just build a project, because the assignments you do in the boot camp isn't exactly portfolio ready. It's more just assignments to get you the fundamentals. But the project, that's what you want on your portfolio. But going into the job hunt and everything after the boot camp, you did 4 stacks, correct? So you have 4 good projects on your portfolio that you want to add more into. And if you're aiming to get into the job hunt after the boot camp, you need more projects. So any time that you have, I would definitely encourage you to build as many projects as you can. They don't have to be big projects. They can be just like a tip calculator or something like that, but something. And that's going to be the experience that makes you stand out.
Awesome. Thank you, Tina. And do we have anyone else that would like to say a few words before we close this out? I'll say comments as well.
I guess I'll say something really quick. I just want to say thank you for everybody that's kind of made it easier for me. Again, like, it's probably not as visible, but I kind of like was going through some personal things, and I kind of want to personally thank Daniela for them late night codes, because they did help a ton. So thank you personally. And thank you everybody else who's also helped me throughout those late nights. For example, Chase, I want to say Chase. Also Alex, thank you as well. I'm not trying to cry, but thank you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Clive. Okay. All right. So I'd like to say a couple words as well. I wrote mine down, so sorry if I repeat something that's already been said, but just to emphasize it in case it is a repeat. So the first one is block off that morning for your morning algos. All right. So do you go to the gym for an hour? Do you go do your hobby that you love to do for an hour each day? Now add algos to that daily schedule you have. All right. So take advantage of the resources that you can find online. We have the Coding Dojo Algo book as well. So if you need challenges, there is no limit to algo challenges. Keep in shape for that potential job interview. All right. Take a moment to reflect on what you've accomplished. You've learned so much in such a short period of time. If you don't stop and reflect, you won't appreciate the challenges that you had to overcome. When you have your next challenge in your first job or on your project, you can look back to when you were struggling in the middle of the test and you got that thing to work, you had that light bulb moment, And so take a moment to reflect on that and appreciate it, okay? It's really going to help you when you are in the midst of a struggle, when you are in your job in the future, right? Help me. Next is, as everyone has said, work on your personal projects. So keep your GitHub dots green. Push every day, even if it's a little bit, all right? Keep those projects going, right? Not just algos, but we are learning how to build full stack projects with code. So keep coding, don't stop coding. Some, advice from experience: stay away from sketchy businesses that wouldn't pay you a developer's salary, like something around half or less than half. Try to stay away from those if you can, all right? And stay in contact with your peers. Like I said previously, they're friends for life. And you are now computer scientists, whether you believe it or not, all right? So if you want to know if something works or not, just try it, experiment, all right? You have your computer to test. And what else? Don't doubt that you have the skills that you need to get the job you want. So you prove to your peers, you prove to your instructors, and most of all to yourself that you are now a certified Coding Dojo Ninja graduate. So hands off to you. We give you a round of applause. Thank you all. And I just want to say again, congratulations for those. And for those of you still on this journey, we look forward to seeing you in your graduation when that comes. And so we look forward to that day as well. All right. So thank you all for your participation in this graduation ceremony. Thank you all for your support. And we will now be concluding our May 2023 graduation ceremony. So thank you, everyone, and congratulations once again. Fantastic. Okay.